Hey there, I am Charisma with CNC Traveling with a Disability. At this point, I have been back in the US of A for about a month. I originally made my departure, I believe it was in June, and my son and I, we went to Panama, went to several areas in Panama, and then we continued on to Costa Rica. We went to the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, home country here in the United States, and we've been here for about a month. I actually came back because I needed to take care of some business. I needed to get some paperwork done, check some mail, look into some different things. I have family that's not doing as well as I would hope health wise. So I needed to be here to check on them and be one with them for a little while. And then while we were here, we actually got sick. So then we've been in the house for about a week. It's very different. Where I traveled, everyone wore a mask, everyone was doing a lot of hand washing, everybody was taking COVID precautions. Here back in the United States, in Georgia, west of Atlanta, mm, very little, if any, precautions. It's not odd to go out of your house and see people with no mask. It's not odd not to see them using hand sanitizer, wiping anything down. It's not odd that they just pretend as if COVID doesn't exist. The hospitals are overflowing. A lot of them are on diversion. And Georgia is just not a place that people take COVID very seriously. This is a lot for me as a mother, a healthcare professional, and having a child with special needs. This is really rough, I must say, because I feel like, we basically have to hide from the world here because the people here just don't care. Um, Outside of that, the news, when you're listening to the news in Metro Atlanta, that can be not a lot. Not even including the news in the United States, just Metro Atlanta. When you're looking at your Facebook and your Instagram and you see these kids that's kidnapped, people dying, crime, police brutality. You look at, everything that's going on in Afghanistan, the way the president and Congress and just the government in general, the decisions that they're making that you agree or disagree with. It's a lot. And it's been weighing heavily on me. And I just have to say that it's really caused some things to stir up in me. I don't know if I would label them depression, anxiety, just things that stir up in me and I just don't care for, I just don't like. Um, and I went and I posted on one of my groups with the expat parents. And I found that I wasn't the only one. When you're returning back to your community, you go through this shock. I was told that it's actually called a reverse culture shock. So basically, after leaving your home, you go into these communities with other expats, with locals to those communities. For example, in Panama, there I met some people that had migrated from the U.S. or from Europe, and now live in Panama. I met some local Panamanians. I have family that's Panamanian, so you become one with the culture, the food, the intake of things. And I mean, frankly, I don't speak fluent Spanish. So I wasn't watching the news. So that probably helped to put a full blinder up for me. But coming back here was a lot, and that reverse culture shock is real. You think this is the place that you left, this is the place that you know. And I mean, I wasn't even gone long. I mean, I was gone a month or two, to be quite honest with you. But I think I was already checked out when I left, and I was so ready to go that finally departing, coming back was really hard. And, I had not heard of reverse culture shock. I wasn't aware that I would go through this time of grief. When you first get back, you go through euphoria, then you go through grief, and, you go through bargaining. It's like stages of grief. Eventually you start to blend back in with society and you start to become one with it again. But it's different stages that you have to go through. For me, not so interested in getting to that last stage. I do plan on exiting the US again in about 2 months, if not sooner. I'm really taking care of business so that I can do that. This is not my forever home. I don't know where my forever home is. I know where I stand right now is not it. I don't know if it's in Atlanta, if it's in Georgia, if it's the US, but I know that today I'm not in it. This is not where my happiness lies. I really enjoyed being on the beach. I really enjoyed being immersed in different cultures, different languages, eating food that came from the tree, foods that came naturally, not foods that went through three processing plants before it made it to my table, not paying an arm and leg for those foods because they're not labeled organic. Where I was, they were just uvas. They were grapes. That's just what they were. They were plantains. That's just what they were. They were mangoes. They were not organic uvas. They were not organic plantains. They were not organic mangoes. Um, I enjoyed the freedom for my son. Having a special needs child in certain countries outside of America isn't really that bad. It's scary when you first leave, but it's not that bad. I felt like he engrossed himself and he grew so much as an individual in just a month or two. Can you imagine what he would do in a year? I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for the reverse culture shock yet. I think I'm still out there, gone, ready to depart. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to check in because I haven't really done any updated videos. And I just wanted to let you know how you're feeling. And I'm not sure, how many of you have departed your home country, wherever that may be, because it wasn't only me as a U.S. citizen that felt this way. What I found is that, some of my brothers and sisters from New Zealand felt this way, from Canada land felt this way, from Australia, places that I actually want to go to. They're like, no, we're trying to leave too. Now, one thing I did notice is not a lot of people were actually trying to come to the U.S. This is where you come to make it big and make dreams come true. And I mean, I'm proud of my country that I have the passport that I have. I have the education that I have and a career and know how and things of that nature that will allow me to live the life that I want to live. However, just like a lot of immigrants that come into this country, they take their money, send it back, and build new communities where they live. I can understand why they do that. It's something about being in the motherland of Africa that I read. It's something about being in the Caribbean, South America, Central America that's not quite the same as being in the US. So, where we're going, I don't know yet. We have some doctor's appointments to attend to and make sure we have a perfect bill of health. We'll be doing some very intensive therapy with my son Cam. He'll be doing very intensive physical therapy for a month to strengthen him. And after we do those things, we will depart. So right now we are in limbo. I know that we'll be leaving. I'm just not sure where I'll be going to yet. I'm waiting for the universe to tell me where. Yeah, I feel a calling, but I'm not willing to put that out there yet because I am traveling on faith. So for those of you that follow me, I hope this was beneficial. But just know that you are not alone. You can always reach out to me. My website is www.charismascare.com. Facebook, same thing, Charismas Care, and IG Charismas Care, CHARISMAS Care. The link is at the bottom. So feel free to subscribe or like my page so you know when the videos come. All right, y'all. Ciao.